back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you as always. Thank you to all of my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and left me comments with your notification bell for your chance to win a free reading with me. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, or if you're a new subscriber, I do offer a chance to win a free reading with for my subscribers. To anyone who drops me a comment underneath any of my videos this month, I do choose a random name weekly to perform a personal reading for. So be sure to drop your comment below if you're interested. If you do so, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for your chance to win, but also notify you when you are chosen the winner. When I notify the winner, I do notify them via the comment section, but I do give them very clear indications on how to connect with me via one of my links underneath any of my videos. So be sure to protect yourself from spam content and from people who may be posing as the Tarot Cottage either on Instagram or here on YouTube. But I will make it very clear that it's me, and then you'll reach out to me one of the links and we'll get the ball rolling. So I would love to read for you. Be sure to drop your comment below if you are a subscriber to this channel. If you're new, please subscribe, and I would love to read for you. We would love to have you as a part of our beautiful soul family here. I do pick a card readings on this channel, so please get cozy, get comfortable, get some snacks, get a drink, and we're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. For today's pick a card topic, we're looking at April 2023. What can you expect in life and love? What sort of changes or shifts will you see coming for you in April 2023? We have 3 piles to choose from today, and I'm using cards from the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle. It's a really beautiful deck. The first pile for number 1 is the purple flower with the hazel. Pile number 2 with the blue flower and the bristlecone pine. And pile number 3 with the red flower and the sweet orange. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, we're looking at what changes you can expect in April 2023 in your life in general. If this can be changes in love, career, your focus, maybe big events that are going to be happening, maybe travel, we'll see. But we're going to see what's going to happen to you in the month of April 2023. And my timestamps are below, and I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1, purple. You are drawn to the purple flower, and I always think of empowerment. I always think of royalty with the purple. So you could be like moving through a passage of transformation in April 2023. There could be some sort of big shifts and changes happening for you. You are also drawn to the hazel card, and this is from the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. And the hazel card is all about boundaries, actually, about dissipating your energy and becoming too caught up in ideas and situations that don't really have anything to do with you, and deciding where your mental and emotional boundaries lie, particularly when dealing with other people. So this could be boundaries that you're going to be setting in work, maybe in relationships in April of 2023. So the hazel is all surrounding some boundaries that you're going to be setting, which are going to create a profound, it's almost like it's proclaiming something about you, or you're really making something about your belief systems known. It's like you're cutting yourself out of an equation, or you're creating really firm expectations with others in April. So let's see what this is referring to for you, pile 1. Let's start here. What to expect in April 2023. For some reason, when I see the hazel plant, I think about that little children's book, The Gruffalo, The Gruffalo's Child. So we have the 2 of Swords. Ooh, you are at a bit of a crossroads in April for you, pile 1. At a crossroads here, you can see that this person is sitting down. She's sitting on this cube. I think of empowerment. I think about stabilizing myself. She's got her arms crossed across her heart space. So you could be creating very firm boundaries with people, kind of cutting energies or emotions out. It's like maybe you are emotionally very driven, but in April 2023, you're moving more towards creating necessary boundaries. It's like boundaries with your energy, and maybe limiting the amount that you're going to be offering yourself to other people in different ways. Because Spirit thinks that maybe you give from an empty cup a little bit. You have the 7 of Cups. We have the Hierophant. Now, it's very important to remember that I'm dealing with collective energy here, so I'll have many different scenarios that are floating in, so please take what resonates with you and leave behind what does not. For some, there's some big boundaries that you're setting in the workplace. Oh my gosh, you've been taken advantage of in the workplace. Your boss just thinks that you will accept whatever is offered to you. You'll just accept whatever they give you at work, perhaps here. And you're like, no. In April 2023, you're putting your foot down about something. And it has to do with about this beggar energy. It's like, what are you giving versus what are you receiving in this scenario? And it's like, you're not getting anything. Everything's going towards the boss man or to somebody who has power over you or control over you, and you're not benefiting from it. And so this hazel energy for someone watching is talking about you exercising your rights and you exercising, it's almost like you're bringing a fantasy into life, because I feel like you have fantasized about making firm boundaries with this person before, but April's the moment that you execute. There's been some fantasy plans when it comes to creating firm boundaries, but in April, that's when you're going to finally put your foot down. And there's the Eight of Cups. For some of you, this means walking away from a project or walking away from whatever it is they've told you to do in the first place, to find your empowerment. You may even be deciding to kind of create firm boundaries and saying, you know what, I'm done with this job overall. You don't offer me enough. You're selfish. Like, there's just not you, but this person that's offering you something. You're going to have a conversation where you're going to make it very clear that you're not happy. And it feels very connected to the work realm. Very, very connected to the work realm. But I feel like enough is enough. Like, the only way that you can gain empowerment here and for you to kind of feel like a full version of yourself, because I'm looking at this hollow version here, this shadow man, and it makes me feel like whatever it is that you're invested in the work realm, it doesn't complete you. It doesn't fulfill you. It just leaves you feeling drained. It's like, I feel like all you do is work and sleep. And Spirit says, no, that's not for you anymore. And you recognize that. So you're going to be having a conversation in April. And it feels like you're having a conversation with this King of Pentacles. Now, for some, this may not be the work realm. This could be the home realm or commitments that you've made. So please apply it to your situation. This Hierophant doesn't have to represent the work realm. It can also represent institutions like marriage, like institutions like that. If you feel like you're not being valued, if you feel like you're just a shadow of your former self, you're exercising some options and you're executing change in April. You're saying, I'm stuck and I'm no longer stuck. You're finding the key. And they're just showing me here the Hierophant key. There's that Eight of Swords again. I'm going to pull another one for that. This is an environment that you feel kind of stuck in. Your perspective isn't heard. Your experience isn't prioritized. Here's the Page of Swords. And you just feel like you're watching conflict happen all the time. It could be as well that you're, again, limiting yourself and removing yourself from that conflict if it's involving other people, or if it's involving like in the workplace and you've involved yourself in a conflict there. It's about you saying, you know what, I'm out of this now. I'm walking away from it. That's your issue now. You, this King of Pentacles, has to handle that issue on his own. Because this Five of Swords says that we're done with this cycle. We need to overcome this challenge, overcome this lesson so that we can experience more peace. And I feel like you give and give and give from an empty cup, and this cup has a cup that runneth over for you. And that's why it's so necessary for you to create those firm boundaries in April in this environment. Again, whether it's work, whether it's at home, you are important, your experience is valuable, and you need to have a more abundant experience. Now, for those of you that are walking away from something, creating that boundary by literally saying, I'm out, there is better days on the way, and you will have a peaceful energy that comes in and new opportunities that are going to be available to you, both in career and in love as well. There's the Ten of Cups. But you can see that this beautiful rainbow, it talks about the pot of gold that awaits you, and you can't have it unless you create and offer the full spectrum. And the full spectrum is included, or it's connected to this boundaries that you're setting. The boundaries that you're setting with others, they perhaps aren't even aware that you want them set, or aren't even aware that you feel the way that you feel. And so you're shedding light on that. You're clearing up confusion in April 2023, and it's so important for you. But also, I feel like it benefits everyone. When we're all honest and open, it benefits everyone. And so if you are concerned about emotional stability, again, if this is not a work realm and this is a relationship, things will be okay. The Ten of Cups is the full spectrum offered to us, and we have a very peaceful sort of rebirth, a new beginning there with the Death energy. And if you're worried about walking away from a career, walking away or creating firm boundaries and walking away from a career, Spirit says everything will be okay, that you're going to achieve more emotional abundance. Maybe there's physical abundance there, but you're not feeling it. You're not feeling emotionally abundant, and you know that there's got to be more to what you're experiencing. And Spirit says you're right. But that's what I love about this is the 5 and the ace here. The page is connecting to the 6 of swords, and Spirit, your higher self says that you're transitioning yourself into peace, that you're not waiting for another person to push that boat off the shore. You're doing it yourself. We have the Lovers. It does require critical decision making. You could be a Gemini. We have Taurus here, very strong as well. And Air. The 9 of Cups. Spirit's calling it a tower moment for you in April. And it's not necessarily about destruction, but it is about you bringing forward epiphanies and shedding a light on something. And we can't go back after we do. Once you say what you say, once you create that boundary, that's it. Things will change for you. And what is beautiful is that it's not just about a practical change in your life. It's about a spiritual development. It's about you feeling more confident, feeling more secure about your position, and feeling more like you're in the right place. But right now you're not feeling that. So you have to create those boundaries so that you move into that arena where you are feeling like you're in the right place. And that means being very honest. The Queen of Swords, sometimes her honesty stings a lot. Like, she's not afraid to be brutally honest if she has to be. She doesn't like doing it. It's not like she has a cold heart, but she's like, the necessity is there. I just have to do it. It's a taking authority over my own experience and leading by example. For someone watching, you may be walking away from an arena in the workplace that takes you into an entrepreneurial energy. Like, you may be starting something of your own. You may have been holding yourself back for a really long time, and now finally whatever's been happening in your work realm, you're like, this is ridiculous. I can do better than this. And you go off and you do better. Because there's victory. There's confidence that's going to lead you into victory. But you are creating those firm boundaries. You are cutting people, places, and things out of your life that aren't serving you, if necessary. And I feel like this has been a bit of a delay. Like, you've been delaying your reality. You've been delaying your voice or suppressing your voice for too long in whatever environment that's making you feel so stuck. And I feel like you prioritize, again, other people's experiences over your own. Look, my light just went out. But we're lighting off a chapter. We're closing off a chapter so that you can experience more abundance. And this Ace of Pentacles says that, yes, we're going to have to face a reality. There could be a little bit of a grief associated with that move, but you're leaping into new adventures. The grasshopper will say that you feel like it's risky to speak your truth, to set boundaries, to say what you want to say, to walk away. And you know what? Risk is a part of the experience, and you will be rewarded for that risk because you're starting a brand new foundation. And this foundation in work realm, or I keep going back to the work realm or the commitment realm, but you're saying yes to change. And it's so, so important to embrace the present moment because it's going to propel you into clarity. There could be grief and reality involved, but it's going to propel you into new opportunities. And you're offering information that is critical and necessary for even the people that perhaps had their blinders on when it comes to the true nature of your experience. You're offering them that blinding perspective, and Spirit called it a blinding perspective as well. What to expect in April 2023, please, for pile number 1. We have here house reversed. So this could be a commitment cycle for some that is shifting. It could be shifting completely. It could be just shifting your perspective, or somebody could be walking away. Because here's the fantasy, and it looked at Emily Bronte around her house. But there's also all of these little worker ants. So there could be also, again, for someone watching, a capacity around the work realm too. Because Emily Bronte, she died very young. She wrote some amazing, amazing novels. But she lived her whole life in her fantasy realm. She never married. She stayed home in her father's house in the entire duration of her life. And so there's this aspect about we can either live in fantasy and we can be a watcher in our own experience and never say anything, never create boundaries, never speak our truth, or we can do the necessary work and we'll be rewarded. The worker ants are like putting in so much energy, like a worker bee, and they have sweet results that await them because they put in that effort. So they are encouraging that leap of faith in April. And we do have history coming in with Jamaica Kincaid, and she's looking at that egg of potential. She's got the electric eel in her hand, and she's got this line of clothes, because there's this feeling about being, it's like your energies are being wasted in the environment that you're in. It's like your gifts, your goals, your assets are being wasted in the environment that you're in. And there's still so much potential that you're not experiencing. And you feel the inspiration to take action, but fear is really getting in your way. But April is all different. April is about you saying, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. What can you tell me, please, about April 2023? For pile 1, we have destiny. One door closes, but another one opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. There is no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin and let love dance in sight. There goes the other light, but the one in the center is still charging. It's still so bright. So Spirit says, be bold, take that leap of faith. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, and don't be afraid to follow it up, that truth, with action in April 2023. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. Woo, these ones fell out, almost fell to the floor. The Lovers is reversed. This could have something to do with a relationship and an inability to kind of, a relationship where we're not feeling emotionally invested, or it's like we haven't been able to commit to severing that relationship. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. The Lovers overall is about choice and about decision, and how we have a very critical decision to make in April. It could have something to do with this King of Cups reversed, who could, you know, there's an intentional manipulation coming in from a divine masculine energy. And that doesn't have to do with gender, it just has to do with energy. So somebody's manipulating you in some way, whether it's in the work realm, whether it's emotionally in your relationship. And there's this plan that's been sort of sitting in your mind for a really long time that hasn't been executed. But April is the day, or the month, or the time. The time is perfect in April 2023 to execute that leap of faith. We have here secret dance. Secret, holding on to secrets. The tower's falling. Eiffel Tower, permanent change. Oh my goodness. The ironing things out. It's like you're making plans now to execute change in April, but you have a lot of details that you have to figure out first. We have a wrench in our plans. We also have here the Holy Bible, so promises, commitments that we could be walking away from. And it's a wrench in the plans of our dedication towards that task. And Spirit says, you know what? You can invest for 5 days, 5 years, 5 weeks, 50 years. The experience is never negated because you make the choice to move forward. You are still get to draw upon that lesson. Nothing went to waste. We also have here a dime. I think of October, the 10th of any month, and we have here 2009. So I also think of the 6 of Swords in transition. Pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop that comment below, even if you have to come back after April to let me know how things went. I would love to hear from you. I would love to read for you. So be sure to drop that comment. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do offer them through the Etsy account that I have linked below. I also offer just a kind of collective mini read sometimes over on Instagram, so you can check out that link too. But I hope that you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the light blue flower, or to the bristlecone pine, and this is your reading. What can you expect in April 2023 in life and love? Perhaps Spirit's going to let us know what sort of major themes you can expect in April 2023. The bristlecone pine is actually talking about persistence, and you being very persistent in April for some difficulties that you could face, because it says life does not always run smoothly and you're currently facing difficulties. Do your best to remain strong and steadfast during these troubling times. Persist with your goals while learning from your setbacks. So you may find that April will bring in some type of setback for you, and they're asking for persistence. You can see that part of this bristlecone pine is thriving. Part of it, it's kind of feeling a little bit of a lack of growth. So we're moving into spring, and I think about the trees budding, and so you may find that there's going to be some challenges that you face in April. So let's take a look there and see what to expect, please, for pile number 2 in April 2023. You have the King of Pentacles. I feel like a big weight coming from the King of Pentacles. It's like a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You don't have to be the Divine Masculine, but you can be. It's all about energy. Has nothing to do with gender, but it's just about like the weight of the world and having to be strong and complacently strong for everyone involved. And it's like nobody really thinks about what effect it has on the Divine Masculine in this case. You don't have to be the Divine Masculine. As I said, it's just about the stability and the strength. We have the Nine of Wands. Now you can see with this Nine of Wands that there's thorns all through the roses. It's even pierced through the rose. On her chest are all of these scratch marks. It's like she's counting down the days. And so this does indicate some frustration that you could hit or face in 2023 in April. But they don't want you to be deterred by the thorns amidst the roses. It's just meant to empower us. It will not last, the frustrations that you're experiencing. For some, this could be a frustration or when it comes to coin, when it comes to spending, when it comes to money. We have the Three of Pentacles. It's coming sideways, this Three of Pentacles, because they don't want you to, first of all, they're letting you know that better days are on the way. Here's the Eight of Cups. But you're not going to feel like luck is on your side in some regard, especially when it comes to maybe work, the work realm, or effort that you put in there, or maybe when it comes to your financial goals. Now, this Three of Pentacles can definitely encompass the relationship realm as well. So you may find that there's going to be some challenges or arguments that you're going to be facing in April. And some of these could be kind of lengthy arguments in some way, or a lengthy type of frustration. We have the Hermit. For some, and this is a very specific question. It's not for question. It's a very specific answer, but it's not for everyone. For someone watching in April 2023, you may decide to create a little bit of space from your partner. Like you may decide to take a bit of a mini break. You may take a couple days for yourself. You may just kind of separate a little bit, even if it's just emotionally, if it's within the same home, but you separate rooms or something. They want you to know that, because I see these two ships passing in the night. So you may even be in the same home, but it's like creating some emotional distance. So there could be some conflicts within the home with somebody that you're building with that you're going to experience in April. They want us to know, or they want you to know, they want to arm you with the knowledge that that's going to pass and that you guys are going to return to each other. Here's the Eight of Wands. In fact, there's something almost protective around the connection that I'm feeling anyway. And there's healing that comes because of that conflict. And some of this healing I feel like is necessary. Some of this conflict that we're going to be navigating through, it's like it has to be brought to the surface so that it doesn't get suppressed any farther, so that it doesn't take root and create even more issues. So they want us to know that we're going to pass by all of this conflict, but April may shine a light on it. And so we're going to be struggling a little bit to maintain our focus, maintain the stability there. Here's the Eight of Wands and the Star. There's the Seven of Swords and the Emperor. But this Emperor looks like the female version of the Emperor, and she's got all these plaits in her hair. She's got all of these bows. That it's like you're hard on yourself during this process, and it's like you're like really hard on yourself. And Spirit doesn't want that. They want you to embrace a healing journey for yourself too. They don't want you to be hard on yourself. They don't want the other energy that you're dealing with to be hard on themselves either. It's about being vocal and honest with each other and to persist through the conflict, because it will end and you'll be stronger for it. Now, some of this conflict again could be in the work realm, where you're feeling frustrated, where you're not feeling like you're compensated enough, or you're just experiencing a difficulty with another person in that realm. And it feels like there'll be like silent treatment energy that you can expect. Even if it's love realm, work realm, doesn't matter. You can expect either giving silent treatment or having silent treatment applied to you. But truthfully, we can even utilize that. Spirit says we don't have to let that moment go to waste. If we're feeling isolated, if we're giving the silent treatment, or someone's, putting that upon us, we can use it. We can isolate. We can eliminate the distractions. We can go inward. We don't have to take the bait. Spirit just said she's fishing. It's like we don't have to take the bait. When someone gives us the silent treatment, they're actually trying to force more, or they're trying to create a pressure within us. You don't have to take the bait, Spirit says, because it's a bit of a manipulation tactic. We do have the Emperor with the Moon. There's very stubborn energy that you could be dealing with in April. Maybe you're the Taurus energy, but I feel like you're more emotionally driven than that. So there's some stubbornness, and it's like the divine masculine in this case is not necessarily leading from their intuition. They're leading from vulnerability, which is what is creating their half of the conflict. I also feel like they're going to be really, really stubborn. It could be the divine masculine that gives the silent treatment to the partnership. And this divine masculine doesn't have to be a partner. They can be in the work realm as well. But it's like, it's very emotionally manipulative in a sense. Not that they're doing it purposefully, but that's the only thing they have like in their arsenal. Like that's how they historically deal with these types of conflicts, is they just give the silent treatment. And it's just, and that's why Spirit wants to arm you with that knowledge too, that when that's happening to you, not to internalize it, not to give in to the temptation, because they need to sit in their own discomfort and deal with the natural consequences of that silent treatment. So if you give into the bait and just go chasing them around, so to speak, to try to create solutions, Spirit says that that's just going to hurt you in the end. So they just want you to hold on during this period. First of all, the Page of Cups is talking about some of the frustrations that pop up out of nowhere, because it's coming from some sort of instigation of insecurity within this masculine energy. It's like this frustration just pops up out of nowhere. It's like you feel really kind of taken off guard by the conflict, which is why Spirit doesn't want you to internalize that blame, because they don't think it's your fault. We have the Five of Pentacles. They are emphasizing putting in work towards rebuilding the connection in April. And it's like they're showing the divine feminine leading by example, because they do feel like it's some sort of emotional outburst from the divine masculine that creates this obstacle. And again, they keep bringing me back from the work realm to the emotional realm. They did this in pile 1 as well, because this could be affecting both of those realms, especially if you work from home. This could be affecting both of those realms. It will pass though. Yeah, there's the Nine of Cups. And to be honest with you, there's like a smug energy coming in about satisfaction at the end of the day. It's like being shown, if we're being given the silent treatment, it's like we're shown to be right, so to speak. There's a change in direction of this person's perspective. There's a change in direction of how they apply force to you in April by the end of the month. And so you're seated in this very good position overall. After all of this conflict, after the frustration, hold on, because we're bringing in this wish fulfillment energy, a healing energy. So the Hermit overall, Virgo, is asking you, we have Aquarius too, is asking you to allow yourself to go inward and to eliminate the distractions that might threaten to throw you off guard because of the conflicts. But that's why this Eight of Wands is such a beautiful energy, because it's propelling you out of there. It's navigating you right, parasailing you right out of there. And all of these umbrellas are an aspect of protection. So they don't want you to be concerned about permanent upheavals. That's not going to happen in April. Even when some of the conflict gets really bad in the middle of the month, perhaps, they want you to know that everything's going to move out smoothly. And in fact, they're even saying that the Emperor in this case is going to really surprise you with their perspective shift. Here's the Star energy, and there's the Ten of Cups. So harmony will be the outcome. And to be honest with you, they're not just prioritizing harmony, but they're also prioritizing the full spectrum and clarity between the two of you. It's like we see each other's perspectives, we understand what caused the conflict in the first place, and we're better able to create solutions together, because there's a beautiful partnership energy coming in. So although we'll feel like, oh my God, we wasted so much time arguing, being in conflict in April, Spirit says that it's trickling all down to the same pool of reflection. So don't let yourself believe that you're wasting time necessarily in these conflicts, because Spirit's going to use them for some type of good for you. And there is a healing and a redirection that comes out of that conflict. So it feels like you guys are applying a new force, so that this type of conflict doesn't just pop up out of the blue anymore because of the divine masculine's insecurities or fears. Or again, it could have been propelled because he's feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he just doesn't know how to communicate that emotion without feeling weak. And that weakness triggers an insecurity within him, which he doesn't know how to handle it. So he just brings it into the connection, in the relationship, or perhaps even into the work realm. And this could be like a boss energy or somebody that you work closely with. What can pile number 2 expect, please, in April 2023? We have here poised, reversed. There's an emphasis on the fairies. It's like wishful thinking. And I just heard the fae, and the fae can be really intimidating. We have here come to the edge, reversed. Back of the deck says milk and honey, reversed. So April 2023 may start out rough when it comes to the family unit, when it comes to the full spectrum of a relationship. And honestly, there's a feeling of a lot of helplessness that breeds helplessness in April. So it's like somebody who's feeling apathetic or ignored or feeling insecure, they create the conflict and then they leave because, you know, like attracts like, and because misery really needs company to thrive. Spirit says they're going to kind of drag you into that conflict too. And it's not gonna feel really good, but we do have a positive outcome here at the Nine of Cups, the Treasure Island card. So they want us to surrender through this period, through this month, so that we can achieve that expansion, so we can move past this, because this may be necessary for us to rifle through so we can have clarity over, and this person, the Divine Masculine specifically, can have clarity over their emotions and can feel more comfortable expressing them in a more positive aspect. What can you expect in 2023 of April, please? We have here the body. Sandra's sister knows the body. I think about the sacral chakra, the lower chakras, the physical energy. I think about feeling tempted as well with the body. And really feeling, you could be feeling, because there's a lot of conflict, you could be feeling really like not abundant. You could just physically be feeling kind of meh in April. We have hedgehog. Back of the deck is the skull. So there is a bit of a harsh reality that we're facing in April, but we're going to transition through it, because the skull definitely speaks about transition and how it's going to not last, but it will be a period of time that does grieve us a little bit. And the hedgehog is talking about you going through this period with an aspect of protection, because you're armed with this knowledge ahead of time and preemptively. Spirit says you can roll up in a ball that safety, security, so that you don't let the conflict rattle your sense of security, because that's what's happening to the Divine Masculine, is their sense of security is they're rattling it themselves and they're dragging you into their internalized conflict. And so Spirit says you need to be that force, that leadership force, so that you don't let their conflict really sort of leach, or it's like I'm seeing like when fabric touches ink, it's like it bleeds into it. They don't want their conflict to bleed into your experience. But there may be some struggles, just a few struggles, but we're going to move past it. Spirit says it's okay. And we'll be stronger for it too. We have Three of Cups. Yeah, a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration will be near. So listen to the nose of intuition. Fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of your intuition. Don't listen to your ego that's going to threaten to sink your boat. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Advice for pile number 2 for April 2023. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords. We also have the 4 of Cups reversed. Now, what April is going to bring for you is an opportunity to sort of have a new shift in perspective. It's going to help you to kind of see, it might cause a little bit of disappointment here with the 3 of Swords. There's kind of heartbreak, disappointment, but there's no helplessness that I'm feeling. Like there's no helplessness, because Spirit says it's not the Divine Feminine that's causing the conflict. And they want to remind you too that you're going to power through this period, that there is a reality that's going to sting you in April, but you're going to power through it and you're going to return to the world stronger than ever with a new perspective. We have the Tower falling. This came in pile 1 too, E and S. So the Tower does talk about upheaval. The Tower falls. Sometimes it creates permanent change, but permanent epiphanies too. It's like we can apply a new force. We have spoon-fed information. We also have here the baby shark. I think about aggression. I think about taking advantage of opportunity. And I do think about emotionally ill-equipped energy. It's like coldness, somebody acting intentionally cold because of an emotional deficit or because of an insecurity. We have the Capricorn energy. We have going with the flow. We have a prescription, and the prescription is next to the cherries, which is a very physical energy. So that could be kind of a positive aspect or prescription for this connection. That could be kind of what happens on the outside or the other side of this conflict, is that there will be some sort of makeup energy between the two of you. We also have here, it's a little emblem from a church. It's Jesus as a shepherd. Jesus as a shepherd. And I just had that impression of the old hymn that says, you know, when Jesus, if one sheep or if one lamb is lost, he'll leave the other 99 behind and he'll go find that lost lamb. And they're really referencing the divine masculine as being a kind of a lost lamb, so to speak, which causes the conflict because the divine masculine is told that they can't express themselves emotionally without feeling weak. Now they've imposed themselves with that, but they feel weak when expressing anything. So they sometimes just have this outburst when they can't hold it back any longer because they don't know how to express it properly. They want us to surrender, go with the flow. And they're offering you sort of the guidance with Jesus as the shepherd as well to guide you out of there. That is what I have for you today, pile 2. If it resonates with you, please drop your comment below, even if you have to come back for your chance to win a free reading with me. If you do so, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. You can also check out my links for Etsy for personal reading if you feel called to, or for Instagram. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the red flower and to the zest, or the sweet orange, I'm sorry. And this is your reading, what to expect in April 2023. The sweet orange is all about zest and enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm and energy are infectious. They inspire others to follow their shining example, and they also fuel your own desires to reach new heights and discover exactly what you're capable of achieving. So they're talking about you referencing or reflecting now upon what is keeping you bored, stagnant, because in April you could be taking advantage of new opportunities, and it's really infectious, your enthusiasm. So it's like leading by example. So that's really abundant energy. Let's take a look and see what to expect in April 2023, please, for pile number 3. What to expect in April 23. We have the 7 of Coins. We have the King of Coins and the Strength. Ooh, I'm getting a very strong energy towards like entrepreneurialism or like starting something, investing in something. You have the King of Swords. Yeah. There is something about you that's there's like a leadership surrounding you. Your voice is very powerful. The things that you have to say, your experiences, they're very powerful as an educator, as a tool for others. So I don't know if you're a teacher of some kind, and there's many different ways to be a teacher. You don't have to be standing in front of a classroom to teach, but there's something about how powerful your voice is that may inspire other people in April. They're showing me, like, they're showing a TED Talk, and obviously that doesn't resonate for everyone. Not everyone is going to have a TED Talk, but they're talking about an inspiration like that. Like you, in April, you doing something that's going to inspire other people to create or act, or we have the Hermit. And I feel like your energy doesn't scream out someone who feels comfortable being in the limelight, to be honest. I feel like you're not comfortable doing that, but that's your gift. Like you're supposed to be a teacher of some kind. And you're supposed to lead and give people hope, because I think of the Hermit shining that light into the darkness. So whatever it is you're saying or communicating in April, you're giving people hope. You're shining a light on a new path. And I feel like it's because you're walking that path right now. Because there seems to be a very strong work element to April, and how this could be making money for you. Whatever it is you're communicating about, whatever it is, you're going to be inspiring other people. So don't be afraid to speak your truth. There's a really strong aspect about suppressing my voice because I'm fearing what the collective will think, or I'm fearing what my father will think, or I'm fearing what everybody will think. And Spirit says that you can't be fearful in April because there's a financial abundant energy coming, but that's just secondary to the practical ascension or the spiritual ascension that you're making. You're upgrading. I feel like an influx of money coming in for you at the end of April because of your efforts, because of your leadership. And it's not necessarily because you're being paid. Well, I think you're getting paid for something, but you're also, there's just like extra abundance for you to expect that you never anticipated coming as a result. You're in for some really pretty surprises, I think. You have the 5 of Wands. Back of the deck, here we have the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. And the reality is that I feel like you're really insecure about sharing your voice. Like, I feel like it makes, because it's going to be your superpower, it's really asking you to push yourself out of your comfort zone to be able to gain mastery in this arena. Because there's just a reality surrounding your fears and the fear of the unknown. It just is what it is. It's like, feels like a phobia or something. It's like, I just am scared of heights, Spirit says. I'm scared of heights, or I'm scared of success. I'm scared of abundance and being seen. But there's the Temperance. They're trying to correct that in you. They're trying to have you kind of be more comfortable with it. What's happening in April 2023, please? We have the 7 of Swords. The Ace of Swords. April is going to ask you to be very honest with yourself and other people about what holds you back. And I feel like, again, you're leading by example. So it could be that in April you're taking that leap of faith and you will be being a shining light of example in that action for other people. Because it's like you're really stepping outside of your comfort zone to say something, to do something. You have the 2 of Wands. Spirit says that this communication could have something to do with an internet platform or internet forum in some way. So you may be inspiring others online in some way. There could be a YouTube involvement. There could be any sort of platform, Instagram, TikTok, something like that, because there's the internet's involved with this process, involved with this leap of faith that you're putting out there. And as I said, for someone watching, this could really, this could be moving you into some sort of entrepreneurial realm where you're going to be making money, because I feel money coming in. And that's why Spirit's like, it's important. You're not going to want to look backwards after you feel the abundance that comes in because of this. You're really stepping outside of your comfort zone and you don't know if you'll be able to do it. It's like you're planning something to execute something in April. And you're really going to have to push yourself to do that. And Spirit says you will not regret it. You'll never regret the risks that you took. You'll never, ever regret the risk that you took. We have the King of Cups and we have the 2 of Pentacles. And here's the World with the 2 of Cups. There's the Justice. Now, as in the other 2 piles, I feel a separation between work and relationships here. So this could be a leap of faith. It feels very career-oriented in this situation. But what Spirit wants us to understand is that the leaps of faith that we take here, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone with some of our truth, executing a desire, especially if by like a desire towards the work realm, putting ourselves out there in that way is going to be rewarding so much more than what we expect. It's not just going to be financial returns, but it will. It's also opening up this possibility for more partnerships. It's going to connect you with more people. And the King of Cups, he's the most emotional out of all of the kings. And here with the 2 of Pentacles, you can see that this new platform, this new pathway for you is going to challenge that emotional space. But it needs to be challenged so that we can gain mastery over it. And once you gain mastery over that space, all of a sudden we have all of these opportunities that pop up. For someone watching, this leap of faith that you're taking could be towards another person as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be towards an entrepreneurial leap. It can be towards another person. You may be reaching out to someone and really pushing yourself past your comfort zone to really say something, to educate someone about how you feel about them. And Spirit says that that will be rewarded with, your boldness will be rewarded with a new emotional start. There's the Page of Cups. But as I said, I deal with collective energy. So I have many energies that are floating in and out. So if it doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile. Overall, there is a very strong internet connection to April 2023 for you. For someone, and there's the main crux of my message is towards someone who's beginning some sort of new project, beginning some sort of inspiration that they're pushing through to gain coin. The secondary message coming in, though, is that all of this progress is going to create more abundance that opens up more possibilities towards relationships, ascension like that. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone in this way is communicating to the universe that you're ready for leaps of faith, that you're ready for energies that match your frequency, that you're ready to experience the zest of life. You're ready for that. That other third message that I'm getting in is that this leap of faith might be towards a person online. So you may be deciding to execute your truth. It's definitely coming from a very strong divine masculine energy, but you don't have to be the divine masculine. You can be the feminine. It's just about the yin yang inside of us. But either way, whatever it is you're executing towards, whatever desire you have in your heart that you're afraid of executing in April, you're going to do it, and you're going to be rewarded for it with new emotional beginnings across the board. New emotional starts in the career realm, new emotional starts in the relationship realm, and they just want to emphasize victory for you. Even though you're uncertain, you'll go into April feeling really uncertain with what you're feeling inspired to do. Even though you're feeling uncertain, victory for you anyway, because that reward will come after the boldness. Sorry. What to expect in April 2023, please? It's going to require a leap of faith. It's going to require you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And I feel like you're reeling, whether it's the work realm, whether it's a relationship, what's holding you back is this fear of competition or comparing yourself to other people. And Spirit says there's no competition for you. You're in competition with no one. So don't worry about it. Come to the edge. Don't hold back. The timing will be perfect. Whatever your goals are, whatever your desires are, execute them. Execute them in April, because you're going to be communicating to the universe that you're giving a gift and you're giving back. You're going to get a gift back in return. Your strength is going to be rewarded by this beauty, and your grace. Look at the grace coming out of the box here, because it's a cube. It looks like the cube which represents the lower chakra, the root chakra. And so you breaking out and taking that leap of faith and coming to the edge is communicating to the universe that you're ready, that you're prepared. You're still scared. That's okay. You can execute afraid, and that strength is going to be rewarded with victory. What to expect in April 2023, please. Volcano and apple. Oh my gosh, temptation is going to test you, and there's a pressure building for you to act, to educate yourself, to educate others. There's a really strong education energy here, leadership, persistence, and there's this pressure that's going to build before this huge breakthrough, before this huge momentum is created by you. And I feel like there's almost a plan in place leading up to April. If you have an idea, if you have an inspiration towards a new career realm, if you have an inspiration towards a person, this has been brewing for some time. But now the teacup is reversed. Spirit's like, we've rested long enough. It's time to rejoin the world. It's time for us to come to the edge and listen to what we've been trying to tell you to do through this pressure that you've been feeling. We've been trying to communicate to you that it's time to take action, and Spirit says that you will in April. And it's going to result in so much abundance. Oh, look, there's the 10 of Cups. You're going to be so glad that you took that leap of faith. A pot of gold waiting for you. The pot of gold could actually be literal gold. It could actually be literal coin. For others, it's just the abundance of knowing that I'm on the right path. I'm moving into an abundant time frame. I'm moving into a new relationship. We have sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sunlight burns. So it's about not turning your gaze towards the past and expecting the same results over and over, especially if you've tried things in the past that you've been inspired to do and you've been rejected, or you've failed in some sort of focus or some sort of attempt. That's not defining what's going to happen next. It's infinite possibilities awaiting you. We have here, so say yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. There is an emphasis on this Fool. Even though you don't feel ready, you'll never feel prepared to take that leap of faith. There'll never be that moment where you're like, yes, I don't feel scared at all. I'm going to leap. Doing it afraid is the only way that we grow. We have here a stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. So new emotional starts for some with a complete new person. It's kind of a healing past that 3 of Swords, that heartbreak. We're transitioning with another person. New emotional starts. So very strong emphasis on the work realm, very strong emphasis, and especially an entrepreneurial realm for someone and taking a leap of faith. But this is going to create emotional new beginnings across the board. For some as well, they're just leaping towards new relationships, but they're really having to push themselves out of the comfort zone in order to do that, and you'll be rewarded. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Advice for pile 3 for April. You're not feeling confident, and it's like you're already preemptively passive about it. It's like whatever you're inspired to do, whatever action you're inspired to take in April, you're already not feeling very confident about it. But it's like the thirst for success needs to be stronger than the lack of confidence, and Spirit's here to give you some of that confidence that your efforts won't be wasted. We have the letter V and the letter G. We have here, find joy in the journey, and it makes me think of the Temperance. It's reversed, so I do think about feeling stuck in a rut in some way. We have the little pig. I do think of greed, being aware of greed. I think of the Four of Pentacles and insecurity. We have attraction and the Divine Feminine, looking at things from a higher perspective. So you could be attracted to a Divine Feminine, or you could be the Divine Feminine. And we have a wrench in our plans, and it's next to the praying hands. So it's like we spend too much time going down that rabbit hole of fear. And when we kind of sit in a sense of like praying for something, we're praying, we're really communicating to the universe that we don't have that and that we don't expect to have it. You know, when we're praying for rain, we're telling the universe it's not raining. So instead we need to pray for, it's like we need to envision ourselves being in the mud, envision ourselves getting soaked by that rain. And that's how we will actually manifest the rain that we want. Of course, rain being the metaphor. But we also have the Holy Family here in the Bull too, which makes me think of the Ten of Pentacles and abundance. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonates. If it does, drop that comment below for me, even if you have to come back after April, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do, so that I can enter you and then notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, or for Instagram. But I hope that you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.